What's up, you guys? RC Lee here, and we got the Granite 4x4 3S, and we're going to take it apart. We've been having some issues with this noise after taking it to the dirt jumps. And stopping like that, not good. So we're going to take it apart. Something's obviously broken in there, and we're going to find out exactly what it is. So one of the first steps is to take out this drive shaft, as usual. It's always kind of interesting. I compress it on this side and then sort of push out with my fingers on the other side. It's not really that easy to do. It seems like they could have put like a pin or something to make that a lot easier. Put the truck up on the side here. So 2.5 millimeter. On the bottom. Really easy to take this apart to work on. One of the things I actually really love about these Arma RCs. They're really easy to work on. Okay, so you take that out, then you bring this red sort of retainer. The next step here is going to be, basically we're ready to, I take this out as is. So what I do is I lift up this tab here and I use this honeycomb on the back side of the chassis to lightly press against that head just to kind of get it moving. And it currently is. I'm gonna find out here shortly. Okay, so then the whole piece comes out and you can disconnect the motor and everything if you need to. I am gonna disconnect the motor. So disconnect all your lines. There's no battery connected, so it doesn't matter. It's not gonna do anything. And just move that out of the way. Oh boy. Well, I see the problem. Do you guys see that? That used to be my spur gear teeth. So what, I wonder if this moved. Doesn't look like the motor moved. I must have just shredded those gears on that landing or on the takeoff. So I just basically sheared those teeth off of there. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's probably pretty hard to see, but the teeth are basically here. They're just rounded off. They're just smooth. But these they don't appear. That's just the motor mount or the heat sink. I mean, that's still pretty firmly attached, so it doesn't seem like that's what moved. So it must have just been a really hard landing, but I'll clean all this out and put this back together and get a new spur gear in there, and we'll get it going. I think that's a pretty easy fix. Everyone knows how to replace the spur gear. If you don't, there's a spring on the inside and a screw and a couple other parts, but it's relatively easy. There's 2 plates and a plastic piece in the middle, and a couple of discs, plastic like discs that go underneath this to give it that little bit of slip if it needs it. Other than that, okay, well, that's an easy fix. I'm glad that's all it was. I'm glad that it wasn't anything worse than that. So to put this back together, obviously you put that in there, you put this cover back on, clean all this dirt out, and screw these 3 screws back on, and then it just slides back in, it'll click in. You put this screw underneath. Once you put this red, whatever it is, red spacer or protector for the outdrive, you put that back in, and then you put the screw in underneath like we did when we first took it off. It's the center screw right there, and you're done. And that's how easy it is to do anything on this Granite. Oh, and don't forget to put your drive shaft back in as well, which has held up well. I haven't had to do anything to it. But that's how easy it is to work on this truck. I mean, 3 screws to take off this power module and 1 screw underneath. I have 1 loose screw. 1 loose screw to get all the way into my motor and my spur. Whereas on other trucks I have, it takes, like on my Losi Baja Ray, it takes I think 12 screws just to get the body off. Thanks for watching.